What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of TDK factions, and I'm going to show you guys the event that we have going on. Currently, this is my base here on factions. This is the first PvP championship video or contest, whatever you want to call it. We started this event last week. And we had we took the four biggest factions on the server and we put them all together and we told them to all have fun and kick ass and take names. And then, we kind of let them loose to see which one of the factions is the best. And the winner, real quick, I'll just show you what's going to happen. The winner here at spawn is going to get their name and their faction leader's head up on here, and this is going to be the badass faction of the month. So whoever wins this event is going to have their face here and their faction name here, and that will be up for the month of January. So anyways, let's talk about what the thing is. Give the map just a second to update. Okay, so you can see the purple right over here to the right. This right here is my base. So let's go ahead and go into game mode. Let's go into fly, and then let's go top. All right, so you're going to notice, oh, I disabled fly. Whoops. You're going to notice that I've got my chunk right here. That's the center. That's a little white circle in the center of your screen or right here. And then we're surrounded by purple. That's this chunk out here. That surrounding a purple is actually land I've claimed, but land we're not using. So this is basically a buffer zone between me and the event, okay? And then right here, we have the north wall. We have the west wall. I'm sorry. That's the south wall, west wall, north wall, and then east wall. Each of these is a different faction. So for instance, right here, this is Dizzy. Previously, that was the first faction. They've changed their name. Over here is Turtle Inc. You can see there's a little bit of a war that's gone out there. Over here is Firepower, and I believe this over here is also Dizzy's base. Beforehand, that little ruin down there right below me, this was Create Forever's little faction, and unfortunately it looks like Dizzy, well, I mean, I don't know if it's unfortunately, but fortunately if you're Dizzy, unfortunately if you're Create, and if you're somebody else, you may not give a shit. But anyways, this is Dizzy's base right here. Now, the rules of the contest are pretty simple, but there's been some confusion, so I'm making this video to make it pretty much 100% clear. Good God. A little sky base up there. All right, so the way this basically works is each of these factions owns a little area here. The winner of this event is going to be the person that owns the most of these chunks right here. So there are 16 chunks around me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 plus 5 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 16 chunks basically touching mine. Technically, these little diagonal ones aren't touching me directly, but we're just going to go ahead and give those. So that's 16 chunks. The winner will be the faction that owns the most of these 16 chunks. Now, the benefit of participating in this competition is if you manage to secure a spot on here, you get allied with me for the duration. As soon as you lose your spot, you lose your allyship with me and you just become a normal person. So for instance, Create, I need to unally him tonight and he'll lose access to the special base that we've got here. The guy's job here is not only to wipe each other out and secure the circle or the square, but it's also to defend me. So these guys are required to protect me. If I get tore up here in the center, then everybody loses. So they have to protect my base while securing all the other bases. Now, some of you guys are going to be like, well, that's not fair. I'm not one of the biggest factions, and I want to play, but like I can't do anything. Well, here's what you do. Your goal is to make these guys' life hell and eventually knock them off. And you can actually take one of these little areas for yourself. If you manage to take one of these areas for yourself, then you become part of the event. So that means technically we could have up to 16 different factions playing around here. So, you know, you can be one of those if you want. You can just, you know, come out here for PvP. It's up to you. We do have a warp out here called Warp Event. It's going to place you right here. Keep in mind, this place is a war zone the second you hit the ground. So you're in war right now. This whole place is hell, and people do camp it. So if you're coming out here, be careful, because you're probably going to get popped if you come out here. Now, obviously, if there's not a lot of people on, you can probably come out here and take a look. But keep in mind, you're going to get fragged. As soon as you get out, you just head northwest. Yeah, northwest, and you can get over here. If you want to see this map that I've got in the top right-hand corner, just type /F map. Boom. That'll make it come up, and you're good to go. This event will be going either for the entire month. That means it ends at December 31st at midnight my time, because everyone knows the world revolves, or the universe revolves around Texas. Or if a faction secures the entire square. So right now, Dizzy's group has, I think he has the advantage. So if we were to call it right now, Dizzy's group wins. Now we are making sure that certain people aren't able to use certain mechanics. So we've got a very short timer on inactivity. So if you've got extra people in your faction and they don't log in and play, you're going to lose them because they're going to automatically get kicked out of their factions, and that means those people won't be able to partake. You can come over here and, you know, blow these people's bases up when they're not offline or not online, and you can clear the entire area out. So when they do log on, they don't have anything to go, and, you know, rock and roll. So, you know, do as much damage as you want. The one thing that I ask you guys is don't fuck with the middle. Don't fuck with the middle. We will be taking action on people who exploit to get into the cube. So this is my base here. My base here is not the objective. That is the objective. That is the objective. That is the objective. And that is the objective. Protecting me is the objective. Now, we've got a couple dickbags that have been trying to get into my base. Couple of them have managed to get in. Just to clarify right now, getting a TP into my base from somebody else is not allowed. That means if you manage to get one of the TDK groups or one of the groups that's allied with me here to teleport you in, you can't do that. If I catch you doing that, you're going to get in trouble. If you do it repeatedly, you're going to lose access to the server and or the events. I will just world guard this entire area and I will blacklist your account so you just can't even get into it. So don't make me do that, okay? Some people that have abused this are Mavac and MC Minecraft, so don't do it. Don't do it. Don't exploit to get in. If you found a way to walk through Obsidian without doing it, don't. If you want to cannon your way in, I'm not going to stop you from cannoning your way in because that's at least legit. But to cannon your way in, you're going to have to go through a couple bases to do that. We've actually had a group, the USSR, do that, and while I don't understand why they're doing it, because there's not really anything in this base to even raid, I take all of my spawners out at night and I keep all my good stuff in my ender chest. You can see right here. All the good stuff's in here. So raiding this isn't going to really do you any good. But hey, if you want to, you can. Just, like I said, don't be setting homes in my base. Don't be, you know, betraying, joining one of these factions just so you can get in and set a home and then come back, because we will be monitoring that. And if you're getting in access through teleports or homes or anything along those lines, you're going to lose your ability to partake in the event. You know, the first infraction is a warning. Second infraction, you lose the ability to participate for a month. And then after that, you just will forever lose the ability to partake. So what are we looking for? We are looking for badass PvPers who think they're better than any of this groups here. So far, hang on, let me turn rain off. So far, what is it? Turtle Inc. was previously the biggest, baddest group on the server, but USSR kind of whooped up on them pretty good. Create was the biggest group on the server, and you can kind of see what happened there to them. So at the moment, we've only got 3 groups standing. If nobody shuts Dizzy and his group down soon, Dizzy's just going to win by default. So I highly recommend you guys get in here, punch some people in the face, kick some ass, take some names, and get yourself up on the bulletin board. Now, we will be modifying this event every month, coming up with different setups. So, you know, this may be the format for next time. It may not. Eventually, this format will change, and we will do different types of events. So each month, it'll be something else, and you guys can look forward to that. But yeah, that's it for the objective. That's it for the goal. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section down below. I'll be posting this on the TDK Network website, so if you're watching it there, feel free to leave a comment under that, and I'll be making a post on the forums covering all the rules there, and you can post there as well. Any of those options will get your questions answered, and you can always ask a mod in game. You can ask me if I'm not recording, but if I don't respond, it's probably because I'm recording or streaming. I'm not trying to ignore you, not trying to be a dick. That's what staff's for. So anyways, guys, Hopefully you're excited about this event. If you like this video, please slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.